What are you waiting for?
Come join the Geek Drums Nation. What's up, Geek Drums Nation? This week, Stargirl and She-Hulk both had very, very strong episodes, in my opinions. Now, I know what you guys will say. Oh, you're just trying to defend it because She-Hulk is woke and because you don't want the CW to cancel Stargirl. No, that's not why I'm saying it. I'm saying it because I thoroughly enjoyed each episode this week. So let's start off with She-Hulk. Just to get that out the way. This show is continually proving that it's breaking away from the norm. It has a lot of the social commentary that you see from the dude bros, if you will, from the dude bros that are constantly talking down on it. Posting hate videos. Just hate watching it. That way they can get clicks on TikTok, YouTube, the various forms of social media. Uh, it's a good show, guys. It's a good show, and this episode proved it. We see Jen trying to improve on her dating life. This show is not meant to be a superhero drama. It's a comedy about a young woman who gets thrown into an impossible situation that she never wanted any part of. Jen just wants to be a lawyer. She wants to be a lawyer. She wants to navigate life. Now, against her own will and circumstance, the only way she got this job is because she was She-Hulk. So, like we see, if she's out, if she's out and about, if she doesn't have to be She-Hulk, she won't. The episode opens up and we see her on a date. The guy is seriously disinterested, and don't get me wrong, Jen's a very beautiful lady. Tatiana Maslany, she's gorgeous. So I mean, but we know what guys are looking for. It's especially in a fictional world like this. Of course, guys aren't gonna just be looking at Jen and just be like, "Oh, yeah, she's hot." Like we even see the guy was reaching for his keys, and she knew that. So her friend tells her, just make a dating profile, on Matcher. It's their Tinder, if you will. The guy, her friend tells her, just make a Matcher account and just keep swiping right, swiping right, swiping right. You know, she does. She makes it as herself. Apparently, that's a big mistake because she got no swipes. Now, alongside with that, Wong, who makes another guest appearance, he's having his own issue because Johnny Blaze, not Johnny Blaze. I know everybody thought they saw Johnny Blaze on a poster in like one of the very few, first episodes of the show, and they thought it said Johnny Blaze. They thought it was leading to Ghost Rider. Apparently, we were wrong, but hey, it is what it is, right? So, he's dealing with this guy Johnny Blaze, who was, training to be a sorcerer. He was at Carmeltage. Um, he has a sling ring. He's been using it, because his magic show it sucks. It's honestly garbage. So Wong goes to Jin because he wants to sue. They're trying to find all types of loopholes to get this man to stop. He potentially has been putting innocent young women in harm's way by pushing them through these sling ring portals, and they end up in odd places. We even had a Mephisto Easter egg with Madison because she said she ran into a goat. And if you read comics, you know what Mephisto has showed up as in a few instances. You know what he has shown up as. So, up here comes the train. So maybe we did get a real Mephisto Easter egg this time. We have to wait and see what happens later down the road. So anyway, long story short, with that, he continues to use the sling ring. Instead, this time, he actually brings in demons from another world. Little demon monsters. They look like gremlins. They continue to grow. So Wong has to reach out to Jin, has to reach out to She-Hulk. And at this point, Jin has been going on several dates with different guys as She-Hulk. Now, some seem cool. One guy called her a specimen, which was, very insulting to Jin, understandably, because she's not a specimen. She's a Hulk. She's still a person. She still has feelings. I get it. But then she meets this guy, and I guess he's just the guy she's been looking for. Um, their date is interrupted because she has to go help Wong throw these demons back in the sling ring portal. Now, that was a good action set piece for this episode, seeing Jin just fighting it out. I thought that was really cool. I thought that was really fun to see. I hope we see more stuff like that as the series progresses. Haven't really seen much action like that since the first episode. I know we saw some last week with the Wrecking Crew, but it's always good to see that in this series. So, she's helping Wong. She gets all them in there. So then she turns around down, but she was like, now, basically, are we gonna make this deal or what? So I'm guessing he agrees. He will stop using the sling ring and keep doing his little fake magic shows. They're terrible anyway, in my opinion. They are very terrible. So she gets back. She lands on top of the dude. They do the deed. And in the morning, she turns back to Jin. But lo and behold, when she does, he's not interested. Like, she squeezed orange juice for him. She made him breakfast. He doesn't care. He was there for, a one night, hit it and quit it. Um, YouTube might flag me for that. I have no clue, but we'll see what happens. He's there for just a one night stand, and that's that. She is then served because Titania is suing, because she has gotten a copyright for the name She-Hulk, which is actually hilarious because she never coined the term. But I mean, has Hulk copywritten the name Hulk? Spider-Man copywritten the name Spider-Man? That's interesting. And I can't wait to see where that goes. So, all in all, I thought this episode was a, 7.5 out of 10. I'm going to keep taking off points for CGI sometimes. This episode, she looked better in certain instances, but it still hasn't hit that, episode 1 quality CGI for She-Hulk yet. And it's always going to be hard with a humanoid CGI character on a television show budget. So I completely understand. But like I said, 7.5 out of 10. Now, if you have any questions, comments, if you feel differently, hit that comment section, guys. That's what it's there for. Hit that comment section. Let's have a conversation. So let's jump over to Stargirl. The murder mystery is in full swing. We know in episode 1, the gambler was killed. All he was doing was, looking for his daughter, who was put up for adoption, Becky Sharp. Hazard, as some of you may know her, because a version of her was in Flash season 4. Rebecca Sharp. She, the bad luck, all of that stuff. So we know he was killed. We know he was not shot. It was blunt force trauma, and the his trailer was torn apart. So when the JSA shows up, they see Cindy, and rightfully so, they see her with the gun in her hand because they heard a gunshot. Now, she has her own story. She has her own alibi. We also, at the beginning of the episode, we see it from Crusher Croc's perspective. We see that he does indeed go elsewhere. So he has his own alibi. All the prime suspects have their own alibis. The Shade has his. Me personally, I honestly, I think it's somebody we haven't seen on screen yet. What do you guys think? I think it's somebody we have not seen on screen yet. I do not think it's Mr. Bones. I think that would be too on the nose and too obvious because we know he's coming in. I would say it. I was under the impression that it could have been Starman, but again, he's acting very, very suspicious as well. And I tend not to go to the obvious one. But if I want to go back to Flash season 1, I was suspicious of Harrison Wells from the very jump before we even found out that he was indeed Eobard Thawne in disguise. So I'd have to say it's looking real Sylvester-y because he's acting very, very weird and aggressive. Very aggressive. I do not think it's the Shade. I think that man genuinely is trying to turn over a new leaf and just enjoy life, and people just keep pissing him off. I mean, he just wants a good cup of tea. He got the good cup of tea. And Sylvester shows up getting all in his face, disrupting the peace in that nice quiet diner. Blue Valley doesn't see a lot of drama. They're not used to all of this. This is a very quiet town where you don't see anybody, in my opinion. The police barely have jobs. So when an aggressive middle-aged man is, making a lot of noise, you're going to attract some attention. And that's exactly what Sylvester did. Now, what I will say, Sylvester does have some good tricks with Cosmo, with the cosmic staff. The starburst, oh, that was amazing. And the fact that he taught Courtney, I like that. The fact that he went and took Courtney out of school early, maybe you need some impulse control, my guy. Maybe you need to think first before you do anything. Now, while on the subject of Sylvester, will it be revealed that this really isn't him? Or did Mr. Bones do something to him, which is, I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. Maybe Mr. Bones knew he wasn't dead, dug him up, changed him, put him back down there, and then that's just where he woke up. What if he wasn't buried for that entire 10 years? Because I'm still on the side of caution. Nobody, I don't care who you are, is going to survive being buried alive for 10 years. I don't care if you're attached to a cosmic staff. You obviously were not that connected to it because you didn't revive immediately and it connected to Courtney. The staff was depowered for 10 years before it found Courtney. Basically, you're just a regular human, and the object you use is what gives you power. So maybe he was experimenting on and doesn't know it. But he's still the dickish character that we know from the flashbacks. He's still treating Pat like he doesn't matter. He's using Cosmo whenever he wants, although that's Courtney's fault. And I think she's slowly starting to realize that. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. Other than that, the rest of the JSA, well, I shouldn't say the rest of the JSA. Rick and Yolanda, they completely do not trust any of these villains. They know Courtney has a good heart and she's completely trusting. Rightfully so. It's always good to see your lead character with this much how would I say, empathy towards bad guys that are trying to reform, that are trying to stay out of trouble. And honestly, the Crocs haven't done anything. I mean, they may have called the Gamblers' old gang to come in. That way Artemis could, show up, kick some ass, and audition basically to be a part of the JSA. And I think she is that wild card that they need. She's an amazing fighter. Well, like right off bat, she's an amazing fighter. If they could get under control and control some of that aggression, she would be, a great asset. She would be a great asset. So we see Rick and Yolanda, they're fighting against it. Beth is on the side of caution with Courtney as usual. Beth is always the voice of reason for me. I love her. She's always that voice of reason. Every superhero team needs somebody like Beth. But Courtney is just trying to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Whoever has the computer is the one who killed the gambler. But we do see that that's not necessarily true because Cindy has the laptop. So that throws that theory all the way out the window. The team does not know that yet, but for the audience, we know that's completely out. That's gone. That's completely gone. So guys, what do you think? I didn't want to do a full in-depth thing, but hey, this is just my initial thoughts. Honestly, I think the murderer is somebody we do not know. I don't think Gambler is going to be the only victim. We do know that from the Thunderbolt pen, the murderer has many names. Now, what that can mean, that can go in several different directions. If it is Sylvester, you have Sylvester, Starman, that it's a few other names that are like, I'm drawing a blank right now because I have so much on my mind. Drawing a blank, but let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think? Did you guys enjoy this episode? I did. I will give it an 8.5 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. Stargirl rarely disappoints. And I can't wait to see what happens next week, because if you saw that promo, Sylvester is going nuts. And that fight scene in the grocery store is going to be amazing. And I can't wait for Wednesday. I'm really excited to see that fight scene. So what do you guys think? Hit that comment section down below. If you aren't already doing so, please like this video, share it, and subscribe. Hit that alert bell, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.
What are you waiting for?
Come join the Geek Drums Nation.